Welcome to Splinters of Jade. We're doing another special episode today. We're going to take a break from our Void Emperor series and talk about Gencon.
Gencon!
Woo!
Yeah.
Gencon 2024.
Does it preface this? None of us went to Gencon. This is all just news that we got off the site and Facebook pages.
Yeah.
So this is not firsthand experience, sadly. I will try and go to Gencon next year.
If it's in the money, I would love to go.
Yeah.
I just have to pay for food, flight, and...
Yeah, it's so expensive.
The tickets. I have a place to stay already.
I don't even have that.
Yeah.
I'd be paying for
in the
food,
money,
flight, and lodging.
Yeah. I got lodging covered. But Gen Con 2024 was August 1st through the 4th in Indianapolis, Indiana, where it always is. Today we're going to take a look at a variety of products from Aconite Books, Monolith Games, Office Dog Games, Edge Studios, Palindrome Interactive, and Dark Horse Comics. We got a lot of stuff this year, considering there have been plenty of years since FFG got the IP where we got Butt Kiss.
And that's actually a lot when we did that.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the big things that they brought up first was the River of Gold. So River of Gold, they've been working on for a while, and they did a tie-in story as well as a board game. So the tie-in story is 6 short stories, all written by Robert Denton III. You can look him up on Twitter at OhNoSpooky. So the River of Gold.
I'm doing that for Twitter because Twitter is a hellscape.
Yes, we love Bobby. We don't like.
Yeah, we
Twitter.
love Bobby. We hate Twitter.
So there's 6 stories in River of Gold. The first one is River of Gold, which focuses on the pirate prince Bakuchiku. And then there are 4 clan stories: the business of the crab, the prosperity of the crane, the secrets of the scorpion, and the ambition of the mantis, focusing in respectively on Yasuki Taka, Daidoji Uji, Bayoshi Kachiko, and Yoritomo. The 6th story was based off a vote as to who could best deal with the pirate prince, and that was titled The River's End, and was a victory for the mantis.
Yeah.
I would agree. Definitely the Mantis should have won on that one because that is their thing. They are technically pirates.
I'm
a little biased on this because I'm writing for the Mantis in the Emerald Legacy, so I wanted the Mantis to win.
I wanted the Scorpion and the Mantis to win, but I kind of wanted them all to win at the same time because I wanted to see all the stories. But that's actually one thing I want to ask Bobby about. Is like, do you have like an outline, or do you have like all the stories written like John Wick did at the Day of Thunder? And then you just kind of destroy the ones that don't make it, or you just...
Well, didn't John Wick at the very end of that just stand on a table and spout something off the top of his head anyway?
Well, that's because the players did something completely unexpected, as players do.
Yeah.
But you're doing something unexpected? No, never happens.
I know.
I was going to say, being biased, I know you guys are biased. I'm biased towards a crab.
Yes.
I'm a crab player. But I agree. From a lore perspective, having the Mantis win actually, for me, fits for lore.
I thoroughly believe a lot of other people thought the same thing, which is why the Mantis won. I voted Scorpion anyways because I kind of had a feeling Mantis definitely had the more compelling reason going in. Like, hey, we can screw them. We just convince them all to join us, and then we suddenly have river boats. Like, nobody else thought of that. It's like,
if you want to read these stories or listen to them, The text is up on legendofthefivering.com, and if you want to listen to it instead, there's audio readings read by Heather Jinmaku, and
really
their
good.
Twitter is at Jinmaku Voice. You can listen to it on Spotify at Aconite Fiction in their podcasts. You can only listen to the first 5 stories, unfortunately. The 6th story at the moment of this recording has not been uploaded. I hope that changes.
Weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they didn't do that because they have it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but it's not on Spotify.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if there was just a little bit of an oversight on that, and I don't know. Hopefully, somebody listening to us over on Aconite, like, oh shoot, I forgot to hit the upload button. Oops.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to more coming out from Aconite Books on their fiction podcasts, because we've got Hungering Darkness for the Arkham Horror that they've put out some short stories for, other stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. But these stories were a setup and a prelude to the board game by Office Dog Games. The game designer was Keith Pigott. Their Twitter is KPigott Games. In this game, you can play as the crab, the crane, the scorpion, or the mantis. It's for 2 to 4 players and recommended for 14 and up. Gameplay is 60 to 90 minutes, and it comes out on August 16th for roughly $50. It comes with a buttload of tokens. There's
a bunch of tokens.
Yeah, there's probably about 300 tokens in this thing, including 95 Koku coins, 75 recess tokens, and 88 clan markers. This thing has so many tokens.
We're gonna have to play this
bunch of tokens
like when it comes out. I think it comes out. Oh, it comes out next week. Yes.
Yep. Next week, August 16th.
Yeah. I think we all need to get together to play this. I claim crab.
Mantis.
Yeah, scorpion, I guess.
That leaves me with crane.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Steve. And I expect them. I expect them to, come out with more clans as the time goes on.
And then one really cool feature that really makes it L5R feeling are the 8 clan patron cards in the clan patron expansion. And this expansion comes with the base game. It's not a con exclusive. It's not something you have to pay extra for. But it'd be amazing if they said, oh, here's another clan expansion. It comes with the tokens for the Phoenix and the Unicorn, and it has some more clan patrons.
And maybe the dragon. Maybe the
dragon, yeah.
So the lion get left out of it all? Great, I like it.
The lion, yeah, they should have those 4. Nobody minds the lion.
Keith Pigott originally designed this game to be kind of a Route 66 type story, but it morphed and evolved into an L5R game. And so if you want to read the little blurb that Keith Pigott says, he's got that up at Office Dog Games website. If you want to see how it's played, check out Good Time Society on YouTube. This is great for the setup of the game, not so much on playing the game, but setting up is definitely, with all those tokens, going to be a lot of time and a lot of effort. And so Good Time Society on YouTube, great way to get your head wrapped around the setup of the game.
Which leads us into the game Shadow Veil from Palindrome Interactive. Main story focus is there's a big threat beyond the Carpenter Wall. It's a big surprise. And and the siblings Hida Oushi and Hida Sukun have to go find out what it is and take it down.
It's Sukune.
Sukune.
Yeah.
My apologies.
I will fix the spelling for you too, because it is Tsukune.
Yes, UKN. Okay, well.
Yeah, like tsunami. Same.
Yeah, all the references to him that I've seen spelled with an S, not a TS. But anyways,
that is weird.
Yeah, I know.
In the card game.
It was initially S, not TS.
Yeah, Hida Sukune is with an S. Shiba Sukune is with a TS.
Yeah, so it is with an S. Sukune.
I think you're right. I think I got those switched.
Yes,
I thought it was the other way around.
I am positive of it because I was verifying myself that I was completely wrong.
Yes, they are siblings, brother sister.
Yeah.
So you can go either with Oushi's berserker method of smashing everything that's in front of you, or you can go with Sukune's tactical approach.
Thing is,
you basically recruit samurai. They go out beyond the wall, gain experience, gain items, and come back when they're exhausted. It's typical standard roguelike. Each run would be different because you run into different creatures from the Shadowlands. They do it kind of like the they did it with the Hades series. It's a standard roguelike. With Hades, it's a different run each time with what weapon you have and what god boons you have. So it seems like this.
This one is an auto battler, which is Hades was almost like a Twitch.
Yeah, Hades. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Hades was a Twitch. Okay. This one is an auto battler. Yeah. Like grand strategy. What you do is you collect your cards, need allies, you equip your allies, and you get to the battlefield. And actually, you can set up where you start on the battlefield. And there are a couple of other battlefield elements that could help or hinder you. Like they mentioned that there could be a friendly earth elemental spirit that aids in your defense if you set up on them.
But I can cast rock.
Yes.
Can I cast rock or Jade Strike?
Earth becomes sky.
Earth becomes sky. Yeah, they have some of the standard spells and a couple of new ones. Cool. They're introducing in this.
So is this just on Steam, or is it going to be coming out on other platforms?
They did not say. It is on Steam. You can pre-order it, wishlist it right now.
How much?
If you wishlist it right now, it tells the Steam algorithm, more stuff like this, and it helps the studios as well.
Let me get up the price, because I don't think they actually put that out, but they
have not put out the price yet. They have not put out the price.
Yeah, there's like no prices on any of these right now.
The only reason I have the price for the River of Gold is because they pre-sold it at Gencon. And then it's coming out this week, so that's the only reason I have a price tag on that.
That is a surprisingly low price for the board game, by the way.
Yes, for that many tokens and the quality of the board, it's a beautiful game.
Yeah. Even with the having that as an IP, typically if you have an IP on it, it is increased price.
You have the art. Yeah, sorry, we got back on the board game. I just noticed.
Shadowvale Palindrome Interactive.
Shadowvale Palindrome Interactive, yes. That's pretty much all the information I can find on it.
Yeah. So far, I don't see any microtransactions on it, so that's good. I think a lot of people were worried about microtransactions being involved.
Yeah, don't see any microtransactions. It's basically a card-based auto battler.
Yeah. I just know a lot of those will have microtransactions, like buy 50 packs of heroes or summons or whatever the if you want to call them or something.
Yeah.
Steve,
I hope it doesn't do too bad on that.
Buell, you're our crab expert. I vaguely remember who Oshi and Sukune are from some of the stories in New 5R. Could you help remind me who they are, kind of their personalities?
Shall I do it in this one, or shall I do it as I talk about them for Champions of Rokugan?
Do they both appear in Champions of Rokugan?
Yes, I believe so.
No, they do not currently.
Oh,
okay,
no, Yakama.
Yeah,
their
Yakama,
brother.
Yeah, Yakumo. So, Hida Oushi is also known as a Crab Clan bully.
Yeah, she's a berserker. Yeah.
She's actually not a berserker. Hida Amaro is the berserker. Hida Oushi is just a bully. Her fighting style isn't the berserker style of I just wail at everything. It's she's very much a tomboy in personality. In Old 5R, one of the stories was of her betrothal.
Yeah.
And there was a duel, or basically more of a contest.
It was a tournament.
Yeah.
And it was like a free-for-all or something like that, if I remember.
When I heard the story, I thought of Merida from Brave.
Yeah.
It is similar to that. But in the tourney, the winner of the tourney is the one that would be able to marry Oshi. Oshi joined the tourney because anyone that was to marry her would have to beat her. The only one that even came close was Shiba. I think
it doesn't matter because I believe they both knocked each other out, and then a poor hapless unicorn happened to step in the ring at that last moment, and he was technically the only one in the ring or something like that. Is that what happened?
No, it's basically the Shiba technically they knocked each other out, and since they both went out at the same time, he became her wife.
That's not what I don't know. Maybe I heard the different telling of it.
Yeah, it's like, so basically, because Oishi, like, okay, I will marry you, but you are my wife.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, she is the Crab Clan bully.
So in 5R, she wasn't so much that. She was a very tough individual.
Yeah, like I said, that's Old 5R.
Yeah.
In Old 5R, Hida Sukune is basically a sister or brother to Hideyoshi and Hideyakumo. He, in Old 5R, gets pretty much sacrificed to the Shadowlands and becomes the living banner.
Right. That's right.
In New 5R, he's much more a strategist.
Yeah. Definitely
was
a bigger part to play.
Yeah, he was a bit of a strategist.
But
well.
on a side note, he is a disabled person in New 5R. I don't remember. Was he disabled in Old 5R too?
He wasn't disabled per se, but he was weaker than your typical crab.
Yeah, well, yeah. This one they fully went with in New 5R. They fully went with a disabled storyline. Like, hey, I'm not as he definitely has like health issues when it comes to like physical strain and stuff like that, which is something I can relate to.
Yeah, he
just kind of his story reminded me of Ivan the Boneless.
The Boneless.
Yeah, so Ivar the Boneless, he's a Viking leader who was physically disabled, had to get carried around because he was born with basically useless legs.
Yeah. And Sukune basically was born premature, was very sickly and weak, unlike his siblings, but he spoke quietly. He was conservative with his judgment until he had all sides. So as the base of the strategist. And so he tried to overcome his physical ailments by using his mind. So that is a big difference between them. So is that pretty much you got everything we need for
I think
Shadowdale?
so. I think we can definitely go into Champions of Rogues Gone because I'm more excited for this. Sadly, roguelites and roguelikes aren't my cup of tea. I'll buy the game, I'll play it a little bit, but they're just not something I'm interested in.
Definitely Champions of Rogues Gone by Monolith Games, which is not out yet. It's actually coming to Kickstarter.
It's coming to Kickstarter.
I have been looking at this and I am salivating.
I know. I want the minis too. I'm a minis addict.
Oh, this is actually my cup of tea. This is the area that I'm like, oh my god. So the game itself, you're able to take on the Rokugan's greatest champions during the time of the clan wars.
Yeah.
Looking at the miniatures they've revealed Hida Kasada, who's definitely very favorite character of mine. The pose between the new and the old is drastically different. The new pose is very dramatic, very action-oriented. The old pose, he's holding his Tetsubo. He's just holding it up. Very static, very cool looking miniature, but not action oriented. The Skeletal Warrior that they're showing. It definitely is a very good upgrade from the old Clan War. Because I'm basing all this on the old Clan War, which I've got the Crab Clan War. And I've got some Lion and some Crane, and I think I might have some Phoenix too, but don't remember. Then Matsusuko. Definitely a very nice look. I'm not too happy with the way the sword is from a painter's point of view. From a detail point of view, still awesome looking mini.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you go to Togashi Mitsu. I have to say, keeping the iconic fire breath of Mitsu on this miniature is epic. The fact that they went from just pure fire to a dragon's mouth.
Sorry. I just saw the Matsusuko minion, and that's going to be a nightmare to paint.
Yeah. Unless it is in multiple pieces, where you can get the face painted before you glue the arms on and do that. If it's all one piece, which so to retract a little, Monolith Games has done both Conan and Batman Gotham City Chronicles. I have not looked at how those miniatures are. So I don't know if they're all one piece already or if it's something you have to put together. So if something you have to put together, it makes it easier to get into the crevices if you're a painter like I am, when I can get to it. So, but yeah, with like I said, Mitsu, I do like the fact that they went from just the fire coming out to an actual dragon's head. The miniature for Sawakade is definitely a divergent from the original. The fact that they've got her floating is I think it's awesome, and it fits the character.
I thought she was in a chair, but no, you're right. She's floating.
No, she's floating.
She is literally. I was looking at my going, oh my god, that is freaking awesome.
Yeah, legs in the lotus position. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought she was on a stool or something, but no, you're right. She is floating.
Yeah. Looking at the bases on those, the bases are freaking nicely done. Give you some dramatic aspects to it. Then you go over to the next set of miniatures they've revealed, which I got to get to the page. It's like Hide Yakumo to start with. I'm not too happy with the rendering of his face. Because if you compare the face of the miniature to the face in the artwork, there's a difference. The face doesn't look like it's done too well.
Well, I will say that it looks like they enhanced the beard and mustache on the model versus the artwork, and I can see why they did that, because it's very hard to get subtle stubble. Subtle stubble on a miniature.
Yeah, I'm also looking. If you look at his mouth, the left side is way too wide, way too open.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do love the Oni's claw.
So with the claw, that's speaking of story, that's old 5R. We've never had anything like that in new 5R yet.
No.
Yeah, that's key term yet. That is because I was commenting because in the artwork for Shiba Sakune, which is next, her sword looks like a straight sword.
Yes,
however, in the model, it is a curved sword. So I'm wondering if that's maybe a mistake on their part, or if they're mixing, or they just,
or maybe that's just the issue with us seeing it on a screen.
No. So models, you go to models. I'm trying to find her model again on the little turnarounds.
Oh, they have it on the spinning ones? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I didn't see her on the spinny.
On the spinning ones, it is a curved sword.
Okay, so that definitely does not fit with the way the lore is. The Phoenix sword is supposed to be a straight sword. It's not a katana as we typically know it. Though technically katanas aren't always with the curve. That's just the iconic reference. And when it says katana, you think the curve.
So she could either have left the sword or is using another sword, which is okay. It's not the first time that the sword was lost in the Shadowlands, if I remember correctly.
There's a lot of times swords get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Shadowlands, the kitchen junk drawer of Rokugan.
Yeah. So, as you were mentioning about basically the claw for Yakumo, yes, this game is set basically in old 5R. Everything that you've got there is old 5R based.
It is
definitely not new 5R.
Everything is looking old 5R here. Except for the art. The art looks very new. It's from the new game, so I'm like, okay, so what is the plan here? Are we?
I guess
are we just retreading the old story a little bit here and giving the claw and the obsidian hand back to the two characters that had them?
The thing is as Chris was saying, we do not have those in the new lore.
The new lore, because the books are coming out.
Yeah.
But we don't have those books yet.
Yeah. One thing I don't like about the artwork for Sakune is her face looks like she's very soft.
I think you're right. I was a little bit weirded out by her face, and I do agree. She looks
like she
doesn't look warrior enough. She looks like she's
well, she's all of like 17.
Yeah, I know, but
even being a 17-year-old who has been a bodyguard to Isawa Tadaka, the Earth, the Earth Master.
I think they did do it better on the models, though. It looks like she's a little bit harder.
Yeah, model looks better, and I do love the basing. You've got all the rocks in the ground. That looks nice. The phoenix on her breastplate is definitely enough that you can do a good paint work on that. If you're good enough with hand drawing, you can get her the hakama. You get the designs on it. So, but we're gonna switch to the next, the Isha. I am glad they're bringing the Naga back because they were very, very integral to a lot of the clan war aspect.
Yeah.
Both the Naga and the Ratlings. So the Isha, definitely a scout for the Naga.
Mm-hmm.
I love that it's wrapped around an old tree to steady itself for its ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
The scaling looks excellent.
It
Even
does.
on the face.
Yeah.
So that looks like it's going to be a fun model to paint as well. They all actually look to be really fun to paint. Then Motosume. It's I can't say enough how Monolith Games has been definitely ratcheting to a very, very good look on these. The skeletal aspect of the face, the curve on the katana, the skeletal aspect for the horse.
I got a question for you, though. I got a question.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like it should have been a scimitar, not a katana?
Yeah. Actually, Motosume didn't use the scimitar.
Oh, he didn't? Okay.
He used
that's for as much as I know about Unicorn.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the Unicorn have scimitars, but they also did use the katanas. And Sume definitely had a katana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we're going to pop to the first of the really big baddies, the Oni.
The Oni.
Yeah.
The Oni.
Yeah. When you're comparing the art to the miniature, I think they went a little bit too much on the let us emphasize these abs compared to the art.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like, okay, here's a crab warrior wearing a mask.
It kind of does.
Yeah,
and maybe he is. Maybe we're gonna Scooby Doo this stuff. Look, it's his old man.
It was the crab all along.
It was old man crab all along.
And would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Yeah.
But then the face looks more like a troll to me than the comparison to the Oni. Because if you look at the artwork, the skull merges right down with the nose. It's a flat nose, where on the model the nose is more protruded. But even then, looking at all the other details, they look excellent. The claws on the hands and the feet definitely give that I'm going to rend you feel. The skulls that he's carrying on his belt.
Yep.
It's like you wonder who he's taken those from. Then we're going to come into a couple of sets where they don't have miniatures yet, but they have talked about them. You got the goblins. Looking at the pictures, we've got a couple of goblin warriors and a goblin shaman. Then we got Minamoto Hitomi with the obsidian
hand. Like this is so. I'm very curious on if this is old. Like if they just like, hey, but see the issue with it. The issue I have with like it being old 5R being being used. It's like they've been trying to tell a new story with the Clan Wars. So, but I just don't know. It's so weird.
It definitely will be because the fact that with new 5R, they have changed certain characters and made them different genders than old 5R.
Yeah.
They've also changed a little bit of the storyline for those characters as compared to old 5R. So, but with the Tomy and the Jade hand, or the Obsidian hand, I wonder if they're going to have a backstory.
See the Jade hand yet? We've yet to see the Jade hand.
Yeah, I'm curious if they're going to do a storyline as to how she's got the hand.
I think that's going to be in the novels, which would be coming up next. Like we're getting up to the novels. But one thing I would like to say, and I hope somebody at Asmodee L5R is listening to this. If this has an app to it, like the Descent games, like a bunch of other games like this have, you could collaborate that data from like if you have people opt in to send like, hey, would you like to send data about your games? You could corroborate
cool.
those. You could corroborate this data.
What you're cooking.
Yeah, what I'm cooking here.
You're going back to
base the stories off what people are doing, like what are the most common endings for these games could be.
What you're going with, Bren, is exactly what they did with old 5R. You'd have a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The winner would help direct the story based on their deck,
exactly. But this one is,
and that's what Emerald Legacy is doing.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying is like what the most common outcome for each like adventure they put out, because like in Descent they have like these adventures, and Mountains of Madness has these adventures that you go on. The more common the result, like the what becomes the top result of these this app's data is where the story goes. Like who lives, who dies.
So
like, Miyamoto Hitomi died 27 times. She's died the most, so I guess she's dying in the stories too. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah.
That definitely would. So one of the other things that I'm curious to see, and unfortunately we probably won't see it until the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Are we going to get other models? Will we have Hideyoshi, Hide Sakuni, Hide Yakama? Will we have Totori, either as Totori or Akodo Totori? Will we have the Crane Clan champion? Will we have?
We have no Crane shown at all.
Yeah.
No.
We have no Crane.
No Scorpion.
No Lion. No Scorpion.
That's another question I've been having. Are they going to resurrect Yogo?
Junzo.
Yeah. I hope they don't. I don't want him to come back. I hated the way they killed him off, but I don't want him to come back. But I kind of get the sneaking suspicion he will be back.
So
if they're telling this story. One
thing I'm kind of curious about, and this would be a fly on the wall, knowing what happened. Privateer Press had put out a loot crate, a mini crate for models. And a lot of the models that they had in that mini crate are also minis for Monolith Games. Different sculpts, poses. Obviously.
Yes.
Different sculpts, the same characters.
Yeah,
and so I'm really curious if this was going to originally be a project through Privateer Press and it just got scuttled.
I don't think so, because Privateer Press, I believe, is just a minute. Actually, I don't know.
They don't even do miniatures anymore.
Yeah.
It could have been that Monolith Games was going to do the rules, contract out to like Privateer Press for the miniatures.
Yeah, but we'll never know. This is all speculation.
It's all speculation. So then the other thing that comes with speculation, is it just going to be the heroes, or are we going to get something like, some Kuni Witch Hunters, some Kurama Scouts, some Lion Berserkers? Are we going to get
depends
more?
On what this is champions of Rokugan.
Yeah.
So I expect as with it being champions, but here's something like, we've done champions of Rokugan. Let's restart Clan Wars.
Yeah.
And you've already got your champions based from Champion Rokugan. Now we do the like I said, the Lion Scouts.
And this is just wishful thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is me.
Do we know if this is like Descent? I haven't seen anything on what the game is going to be like.
Well,
but I haven't done the deep research.
Yeah, thing is, all that I have seen, they're saying it's where was it again? So I was reading it multiple times. It's basically there's a combat. Let me get back to this. Was it in this one? You're basically able to play through the Epic Clan War Saga. Unfortunately,
that doesn't really tell us anything.
Yeah,
we don't know what the Epic Clan War Saga is yet.
We will take be able to turn the tide of victory in hard-fought clashes between warring samurai clans, as well as undertake legendary quests to stop an ancient evil from conquering the Emerald Empire. It's not a lot, but unfortunately, I said it's going to come to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Do we know what quarter that might be?
No. I have been looking. There is nothing out there as to when. I've looked on Kickstarter going, hey, is this out or is there this is coming soon type? Nothing. It's still just on the Legend of Five Rings website. There's not even anything on Monolith's website.
Yeah. I'm trying to find what my best guess is. It's going to be probably similar to these games that they put out, which are just small skirmish. Just like I meant Descent, like you have.
Basically, where it's like, you're going through the app. It's like, okay, put this stuff here. We have this monster coming out to face you.
Yeah.
But
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I know this is, like I said, this is one I am going to be keeping my eye on very carefully. Like I said, I'm a miniature. I will say this, and it's because I agree. I'm a miniature moron because I love miniatures.
Mr. 40K.
Hey, it's not just 40K.
Yeah, I know it's not. You're more involved in it. Like you're doing BattleTech last I saw you on Friday.
Let's see. I've got BattleTech. I've got 40K. I've got Legion Imperialis. I've got Warcrow. I've got Warcrow Adventures on Kickstarter coming in. I'm doing working on Flames of War. I forgot. I've got
getting us back on topic.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what the clan wars are yet, but hopefully we're going to get a good preview of that as we move into Bren's section here.
Okay, so the Clan Wars comics. Apparently, there's going to be 4 of them by Sue Lee, art, I believe. And Amy Chu would be the writer. They both worked on the last collab was by Camilla by Dark Horse, which is about the vampire. If you know the vampire Camilla, like from mythology, it's what it's in that vein. I don't know. I don't care for vampire stories, so I wasn't
took
interested.
A look at the preview sample that's on Amazon. Yeah. So it's only about 4 pages. It's pretty. But like I said, I only got 4 pages of it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard to tell if it's a 4-page story.
Yeah. Thing is, Dark Horse
4 pages of a story.
I say Dark Horse Comics, their art style is definitely not a Marvel or a DC.
No, they're darker.
Yes.
Because I am excited that they're making a new Hellboy movie with the side topic. A new Hellboy movie coming out. Really excited. But onto stuff that I actually haven't read anything from them. I have the Red Sonja books. I've seen her art on Thundercats. Thundercats should be up on here too. Another Dynamite story is Sule did the latest Chitara run, I believe. But to an author I do know, Julie Kagawa, I stumbled across hers on Audible called the Shadow of the Fox series. And this is going through this, like the first book. I'm like, wow, they must have taken the same inspiration from that L5R did. No, wait, this is L5R. Wait, this is better L5R than L5R. Like I absolutely will say that she writes really good L5R. Like this whole the Shadow of the Fox trilogy had to have been inspired by a campaign she either wanted to run or was involved in, or was just a story that she came up with playing the L5R.
Yeah, there's you can easily tell, the Kage are the scorpion, and
yes,
I just finished the first book on Friday.
Yeah, I won't spoil it.
Yeah. I've got the second book ready to go for Monday, so I'm excited to listen to these. It is fantastic writing. Mm-hmm. It's a great. You feel the L5R influence on it.
Yes, you do. It's there. It is like it's basically what it turns out to be is lack of a better term. Ichiban is working with Fu Lang to help Fu Lang. I don't know. That's the story. That's why I thoroughly believe this had to have been a campaign that she was involved in or wanted to run or was inspired by a campaign she was in. Because this it seriously was the standard. Let's just pitch Ichiban and it's a little bit of a spoiler, but the Lord of Hell, Jigoku, who we all know is the ninth kami, working together and stuff like that. But yeah, on another note, I did finish A Bitter Taste. No spoilers. I did not expect him to go in that direction with the story.
And that's the fifth Daidoji Shin book, right?
That's the fifth Daidoji Shin book. The audiobook just came out Tuesday or Monday or something like that.
I was originally the first person in line for the Snow Isle libraries.
Yeah.
They canceled they canceled their order and then ordered it again. And so now I'm third in line. So it's going to be like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not happy.
Yeah, I will have to wait till it comes in physical copy.
Yeah, it should be here soon. I think. But it was really quite a few. Okay, so this is not really a spoiler but if you've read the other books, you can tell what's happening. Just by reading his writing and what he's cluing into, but it's like you really want to know the why and why did this happen. You can really see the how really early on. At least that's my experience with his books, and maybe the what is going on. But you want to know why it happened. Like, why are they doing this? But yeah. That's it on the books, because I haven't read anything from James T. Nicholas.
So I think I saw somewhere that's Julie's husband.
Oh, cool. That's unconfirmed. I don't know that.
I'd have to double check that, but I'm not going to right now.
Yeah. But I
know she was married, but that's it.
I would say backing up just a little. So the Clan Wars comics are scheduled to come out in 2025.
Yeah.
That's what when they're talking about for those.
So you should start seeing them in previews probably in November, December then, maybe October.
Yeah.
October, it depends on when it's coming out. Previews starts 3 months before. I think this is Diamond. We hate Diamond. Everybody hates Diamond. I'm sorry, but this is what the comics companies use. So you want to start checking out for previews like 3 months before, but I'm sure they're going to announce more sooner than that.
I did fact check myself. Yes, JT Nicholas is married to Julie Kagawa.
Oh, that's really cool. So her husband. So no wonder why they only shared one shelf picture, and she has she has a good shelf, by the way.
Yeah,
or they have it. They both have a good shelf.
Yeah, they're unicorn and crane, or not unicorn and crane, scorpion and crane.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that Julie is Scorpion, and it's like, okay, that makes me happy.
It totally makes sense when you read the book.
Yeah, if you read Shadow of the Fox, it's like, yeah, she definitely based that character off the family I was talking about in one of our Void Emperor episodes, which I've never looked up since then. I probably should. But yeah, like I really want. I actually kind of want a Scorpion Yogo Demon Hunter school now. I kind of want that, but that's just me.
We'll talk about that more in the Scorpion episode.
Yeah.
All right.
I did find something else out. We had a question we were talking about with the Clan Wars.
Mm-hmm.
The story will be based on the original Legend of Five Rings storyline, drawn from the tournaments and player choices.
Yeah, it's
so yeah, they are going back for that, drawing inspiration for his storyline choices. So
yeah,
that does.
So we're gonna have an elephant.
Oh yeah. No, I hope they don't. I hope they just take inspiration from and try and keep close. But I kind of want them to tell their own story as well.
It won't be the exact same story from the AG days, but it draws inspiration. So it's like, it will not be an exact same story from AG days, nor is it a direct continuation of the tale told alongside Fantasy Flight Games LCG.
Yeah, it's almost like they're restarting it again, which is
and
it's a little bit weird.
This is talking about the Clan Wars saga, so I'm assuming it's going to be the games, the comics, and any books.
Wait, I just have a faint memory that they contradicted. Like, yeah, it's not a. I think what they meant by not a direct continuation, because I think they clarified this later, that it's going to be continuation of the FFG storyline with noun changes. Is what they meant to say, which is basically they've already said that. If you want to look that up on Asian Represent podcast, they talk heavily with the about their consulting on the new L5R stuff. Yeah. Really great episode. I really recommend listening to them. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, sorry about just derailing you, Chris.
Yeah.
No worries. That's kind of what
we were getting derailed anyways. But anyways,
this podcast episode is almost rail free.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing that came out, not a big surprise, but a little bit of a surprise at the same time. The newest RPG supplement for L5R, the FFG Edge Studios 5th edition, not the D&D 5th edition.
Yeah. This is
Tommy.
Children of the Five Winds. It's going to be out Q2 of 2025. It's going to focus on.
I'm knocking on wood on that one.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be lore on the Unicorn and the Fox clans.
Nice.
And then it's going to have some new schools for the Unicorn and some outsiders of Rokugan. So more of an expansion on the Path of Waves book, which I think is really cool. We're going to get some desert people.
I've had some people, like, because I posted some of this stuff on Reddit, and it's like, we want more Empire focused stuff, which I can see. I feel you.
Yeah.
I just would like them to expand the world beyond Rokugan, because I think Rokugan needs some more conflict outside of Rokugan.
Yeah, bring in the Ivory Coast, the Calphanate, the Sekhmet. These are the Burning Sand stuff.
Yeah, and that's what this is going to have, is the Burning Sands, I expect. Obviously, we're going to get new techniques, new advantages, new disadvantages, titles, gear, and especially since this is a Unicorn book, steeds.
Yeah.
So that is
And
a cool little part.
GM resources and rules for intrigues with spirits, which, okay, let's see how that works.
That was a neat little nugget that I found while I was reading about it. I'm not sure what that's going to entail, but who knows? Maybe they've been listening to a certain podcast and realized that they talk to spirits a lot.
Yeah.
Or it could just be the fact that the unicorn, they have the Maishido. They're refused with spirits.
Yeah.
That's possibly too. But hopefully it was the podcast.
Hopefully.
We'll believe what we want until we're proven otherwise.
Exactly.
The book does include an adventure, The Lost Rider. This was the adventure from Gencon 2023. As far as I know, there was no adventure at this last Gencon. I didn't hear anything about it. None of my contacts that went to Gen Con said anything about it, so I'm assuming there was nothing for an adventure there.
I think Edge is a bit busy right now for doing stuff. At least I hope they're busy. I really hope. I hope they're busy enough to hire some more employees other than like the 2 or 3 that currently work there full time.
Yeah, especially if they do, as it seems with the 5 or this show, the 5 Winds, and they are starting to open up to more of the Burning Sands area and outside. So if they do that and start to incorporate them, having more people be nice. Yeah, but again, that was another card game I got stuff for.
Yeah.
All right. So let's look. That's all our topics for today.
I'm going
to go down our list and see any final thoughts. Steve, do you have any final thoughts on anything that we've talked about today?
Not really.
No. How about you, Buell?
Let's see. Definitely chomping the bit for Champions. Looking forward to the comics, the novels. Yeah, I'm a bibliophile. Love books. Not so much for Shadow Veil. Just the look of it's like, love to see. I am very much looking forward to when River Gold comes in, us getting together and playing it. And maybe then after we talk about it as what our thoughts were on how it plays, how much it integrates with what we expect from Rokugan and ideas. I'm definitely really interested in all of that aspects.
Bren, your final thoughts?
Definitely would like to get Julie Kagawa and JT Nicholas on on our, at least maybe once we get old 5R, new 5R up and going again. I just need to do work on that.
One thing you and I were talking about off the air was trying to connect with these authors and find out
we need to. I want that
because
I want to pick their brains. I want to pick their brains because I just met, for people who don't know, I met Matt Vansel, who created The Gamers. The 3rd movie was based heavily around his experiences with L5R. I met him at a party and made friends with him, and we talked a lot about L5R. Gamers 4 is fully funded, so that should be out in a couple years or so, give or take a few months, depending on how things go with, all that stuff that needs to be done to make movies. I don't know. We should get him on as well. I would love that.
I definitely agree. Having some of these authors, if they're willing, come on and talk about what they can.
Knowing authors, they're willing to talk about their stuff.
Some may
free,
not be
free advertisement. So.
But it's like, I know we've had Robert Dent on, or non L5R.
Yeah.
L5E.
L5E.
So I'm looking forward to actually getting this supplement. It's been
too long.
last time we got a supplement was 2022.
Yeah, it's been too long. It's been too long since. Well, no, Edge has put out some new stuff since then, but it's not stuff I've really wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that all these delays means that other projects are getting done as well. For other properties, Star Wars, that I would love to see have some more supplements put out for.
I don't think that was subtle enough there, Bren. You need to.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Steve? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, absolutely nothing. Okay, never mind.
Subtlety.
If people haven't checked out the stories for River of Gold by Robert Denton III, do it. He's a great writer. Support him in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
What's his thing?
Your local
Tiny Dungeon, Tiny Tavern, something like that.
And not a totally necessary fishing site, something or other. I can't remember what he called it. It was a very clever name. I got it. It's really fun. We should actually play that with him someday.
I would love people to, even if they're not going to listen to it on Spotify, to follow Aconite Fiction so that they're like, hey, this is something worthwhile. Let's keep putting out fiction on here. And even just keep putting out fiction. Is important.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep everything going, keep the interest, and have people that want stuff that they know. It's like, people want this stuff, so let's keep giving or producing so people can acquire. And I would also say, if you have any thoughts about things that you would like to hear from us.
Yeah, we're going to try to do news things every once in a while when there's news. and branch out a little bit from more than just the role-playing game. So especially while we're finishing up recording, we are recording episodes. We're just hanging on to them until we can give you a uninterrupted conclusion to the story. We're in the end game.
We're in the end game, and I would like to also add, this will be our first episode on our new YouTube channel at Splinters of Jade on YouTube. Go give us a like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Yes. Hit the thing. Do the things that feed the algorithm that make
all
things grow. We're not going to do Dur content, so of course we're going to have a smaller presence on that platform since Dur kind of dominates the marketplace right now.
Despite I might want to do an air thing again. That
would be fun. I like.
If we do Dur, it's going to be air.
Yeah. But anyways, follow us there. I'll have a link in the show notes, and this episode will be up on that. Would be our first episode, probably up on that because I just made it today, just before we started. Nice. I will be trying to get a trailer up or something. Maybe try and dig out that old trailer I made earlier. But I kind of want to focus more on like broader L5R stuff rather than just our actual play. And I'll try and put up an episode like once a week, so not to drown out your subscription boxes, which is what kills channels. So anything else? I mean, we're a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I thought we would have at least 2 hours today, but I guess we were able to keep the tangents at bay.
The thing is, there's so much I could talk about with the miniatures.
I know, Buell. I know. I'm gonna have to get a camera, and we're gonna have to film either you or I or both of us at the same time unboxing the Kickstarter. And just going through the minis and then maybe playing a game someday as soon as I get like a setup or something for board games. I would love a setup. I want to make a setup.
I probably have enough to make a really good setup of any of it, especially with all the mats I got for all the different games I've got and all the terrain. One thing I also want to do when the Kickstarter, I'm going to bring my old Clan War miniatures and do comparison. Because, like I said, I have Hida Kasada. I have Kuniyori. I've got Witch Hunters. I've got a ton of others.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right. I'm going to do one last plug here, and then we'll just wrap it up.
Okay.
If you are interested in playing the Emerald Legacy LCG, there is a Kotai September 7th and 8th in Linwood, Washington. You can register at the Emerald Legacy website. Registration will continue until beginning of September. Space is limited. We can have a maximum of 24 players. It'd be great to see people from all over the nation, if not all over the world, come and play this game. It is a fantastic venue. We're good friends with the venue. In fact, we've recorded episodes in the back room where this tournament is going to be held.
yes, we have.
So if you have any questions about that, please, you can reach out to me and I am happy to.
Uh-oh.
And I think we lost Chris that time.
Oh no. Anyways, bye-bye.